We are coming to you from the City Beautiful. There she is, Chicago, Illinois, where tonight WGN Sports on My 50 presents White Sox baseball. It's Jose Abreu, Avi Garcia, Melky Cabrera and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Big Papi, David Ortiz, Hanley Ramirez, and the Boston Red Sox. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson with Steve Stone as we get set to bring you the finale of this three-game set, and it will be the rubber match. As you know, they took the opener 5-4. We tried to come back in that ball game. Then last night we did come back, and we won that ball game 5-4, and we did it mainly because of some young guys in that lineup headed up by Trace Thompson.
It was nice to see the young players, especially guys developed in our organization, really come through and start to hit the baseball, something they've been doing a lot of. Carlos Sanchez last night had a couple of hits and a run driven in, and he looked pretty stout, but not near as stout as the man we're highlighting now, and that's Trace Thompson. He had 3 hits last night, a homer shy of the cycle. He drove in 3 runs, including the game tying and the game winning run. So Trace had a big night, and as you can see, our Sox have torched their Sox to the tune of 336. They've also hit the Yankees, Athletics, Mariners, and Blue Jays, but none better than the Red Sox, and the Red Sox pitching has been problematic for them this year.
Well, a pitching matchup tonight. They got a right-hander. Of course, we got a left-hander.
We do indeed. As Chris Sale goes to the mound, he's our best, but against Boston last time out, he struggled, as did Rick Porcello against our Sox. Last time out, Porcello lasted 2 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. Chris Sale, on the other hand, had really a tough time in Boston. He went 5 innings, gave up 12 hits and 7 earned runs. However, let's focus on the last 2 times out for Chris Sale, 1 against the Cubs and 1 against the Mariners. He had 15 strikeouts against the Cubs. He had 14 strikeouts against the Mariners. If you add it up in 14 innings, that's 29 strikeouts. And if he strikes out 14 or more tonight, he'll be only the 2nd major league pitcher in 3 consecutive games to strike out 14 or more. Plus, he needs 5 strikeouts for a new career high. So Chris Sale is thinking about a win, but he also has some milestones to go after, and hopefully tonight he can get them.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. Chris Sale on the bump, and White Sox baseball coming your way. Chicago White Sox baseball is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light Pilsner. Cheers, it's Miller time. By Honda. Great deals are happening at the Honda Summer Clearance event. Now at your Honda dealer. Subway. Make a smart play for savory subs this season. Score more flavor at Subway restaurants. Subway, eat fresh. Ford, America's best-selling brand, inviting you to go further in our fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out our entire lineup at your Ford store or at your local FordStores.com. And by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers who invite you to test drive our award-winning lineup today. Visit buyhyundai.com.
for tonight's game between the Red Sox and the White Sox. Sox Serve Week continues tonight, ending with the ultimate auction on Sunday. 10 exclusive White Sox experiences are now up for bid at whitesox.com/ultimate auction. Returning favorites include Owner for a Game. You get to watch a White Sox game from Jerry Reinsdorf's suite. And you can put it on the board. You can have dinner with Hawk and me and a behind-the-scenes look at a White Sox telecast. New this year are the Clubhouse Sleepover and the Clubhouse Video Game Challenge. Visit whitesox.com/ultimate auction and follow the Sox Serve link for details and information. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the lineups of the first pitch after these messages. The most live sports, and welcome back to U.S. Cellular Field. Let's take a look at how Torey Lobulo is going to line up his Red Sox for the game tonight. Mookie Betts is leading it off. Then it's Brock Holt, Xander Bogaerts, Hanley Ramirez. Travis Shaw at first base. Rusney Castillo, who's got a 9-game hitting streak and who drove in all 5 runs in the first game. Then it's Blake Swihart, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Josh Rutledge rounding it out. The defense, and now they'll line up behind Chris Sale left to right, Melky Cabrera, Adam Eaton, and Avisail Garcia in the outfield, with Tyler Saladino, Alexi Ramirez, Carlos Sanchez, and Adam LaRoche in the infield. Then it's Tyler Flowers behind the plate and Chris Sale on the hill looking for win number 13, and this is 25th start. Opponents hitting just .221 against him, but the big number, 222 strikeouts to go with just 33 walks, as Chris Sale has been magnificent this year. The umpires for the game this evening, the crew chief, Bill Miller behind the plate. Ben May is at first, Doug Eddings at second, and Mark Ripperger is at third. So on a nice night for baseball, it's a little chilly, but other than that, for an August night, you can't beat it. We're ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
Hi, Steve. Thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here with WGN Sports on my 50. Mookie Betts, 3 for 8 in the series, will lead it off. Betts comes in hitting at .273, 11 homers. He has driven in 59. He also has faced Chris Sale 3 times, and he has a couple of hits. So Chris is ready. Betts is ready. And here's the first pitch of the ball game. Taking for a strike. Flipped it up there at 90. And here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gap, sent 400 straight away center. One and one to count.
They're shading Mookie around toward right center field. There's a huge gap in left center, and Melky's playing him well off the line and left.
Fouls that back. Outfield around to the right. This is the rubber match of the 3-game series. And there's a bullet. So Tyler's got him, 1 out.
He threw him a breaking ball. This one down and in, and fortunately Tyler is right there. He was playing well off the line. Mookie hit it hard, but right at Tyler.
That'll bring up Brock Holt. Brock at 290, a couple of homers. He's driven in 36. Takes first pitch strike at 96. He was 2 for 3 last evening. Or I should say in the series he's 2 for 3. 1 for 8 lifetime against Chris. Slider strike. And to count 0-2.
Holt was in a deal from the Pittsburgh Pirates. One of the guys going the Pirates' way has become their closer, Mark Melancon.
Had a piece of the zone down at the bottom of it. Didn't get it. And he just got a piece of that one. Can he get him? What a play. What a play by Alexei.
I think they're going to take a look at that at first base. Alexei made a wonderful play with a 360 spin and got it over there with a whole lot on it. And Arnie Baylor is telling Torey Lovullo that he might want to take a look. Spectacular effort by Alexei. He goes up the middle, fires it across. That looked like a sure base hit. And now we'll have to see if they want to review it or not.
Yes, they do. So they will take a look. Meanwhile, we'll tell you the slate of action. Got a couple of finals today. Seattle beat Oakland 8-2, and Houston takes 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. They win it 6-2. McHugh the winner over Pineda. Other action. Cleveland leading Milwaukee 3-1, bottom of the 3rd at Progressive Field. Detroit 1, Angels nothing. That's at Comerica Park, bottom of the 4th. Just getting underway at Kansas City as they host Baltimore. Bottom of the 4th in St. Pete, Tampa Bay shutting out Minnesota 1-0. Mets shutting out the Phillies 3-0. Bottom of the 4th at Citizens Bank Ballpark. San Diego 5, Washington nothing. That's in the bottom of the 4th in D.C. Atlanta 1, Rockies nothing. That's bottom of the 4th down in Georgia. Dodgers shutting out Cincinnati 6-0. Top of the 4th at the Great American Ballpark. Pittsburgh 7, Miami 2 down in Florida.
He's out, and the call stands, and it looked, as we slowed it down, it looked like the ball was in the glove of Adam LaRoche, an eyelash before Holt got there. So spectacular play, and it's 2 up, 2 down.
It'll bring up Xander Bogaerts. Bogaerts at .313, 4 homers, 60 knocked in. 2 for 8 in the series and 4 for 8 with a homer against Chris. There's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. That one at 93. A little bit low. Lander just 22 years old, and there's a base hit.
The Red Sox last time out against Chris Sale had real good luck against him. Against a guy that most teams don't hit particularly hard, and the first three batters have hit the ball pretty well against Chris.
Well, last time out against him, he didn't have his good stuff. Stayed around and underneath a lot of breaking balls, a lot of sliders. As here's Hanley Ramirez at 252, 19 homers and 53 driven in. And they were working him out quite extensively before the game at first base.
They want to get him more at bats, and they've got a rotation in the outfield, and they've got 4 guys for 3 spots. Normally you would use him as a DH, but David Ortiz is most of the time their DH, and you would understand why. So an effort to get Ramirez, who's got a few more years left on a big contract, some playing time, first base seems to be the spot.
Well, he had over 1,000 games at shortstop. The only thing that's hurt him has been injuries. Terrific talent. Bogart 7 for 8 in stolen bases.
There you look at the career of Ramirez. He came into this series hitting an even 300. Now it's down to 296. And he used to be able to run real well, but those days, not so much anymore.
Two out, 1-2 the count. A little bigger lead now by Bogarts. And that one at 96.
I think if Chris gives him his best move at first base, he's very likely to pick him off. The last lead was the biggest he's had. Arnie Baylor now talking with him. Maybe he's talking about that lead and the fact that he just as soon not get taken out of this inning before Ramirez has a chance to swing the bat.
He gone. Slider. After half inning play, it's the Red Sox nothing and our White Sox coming to bat.
Jose Abreu, who has torch the Red Sox this year. Then it's Melky Cabrera, Alessio Garcia, Adam LaRoche at first base with Alexi Ramirez, Carlos Sanchez, Tyler Flowers, and Tyler Saladino rounding it out. The defense, an out-and-out lineup behind Rick Porcello. It's Jackie Bradley Jr., Mookie Betts, and Rusney Castillo in the outfield with Holt, Bogarts, Rutledge, and Shaw in the infield, Blake Swihart behind the plate. And Rick Porcello on the hill on for his 21st start. He's just coming off the disabled list. He had a triceps strain, and you wonder coming off the DL if that sinker is going to sink. It hasn't sunk much this year. Opponents hitting .299 against him, and although he's won in double figures each and every year of his career with Detroit, this year a tough year for him.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours as Adam Eaton can't get it. Adam at 264, 10 homers, 33 knocked in. 2 for 9 in this series, and 4 for 9 with a homer lifetime off Porcello. Porcello's been around a long time, and he's just 26 years old. Sox come in hitting at 251 as a club. That ball high in the right field. Castillo. So with one out, let's check out our picks to click. Jim Angio, our director and crew, with Alexa. Steve's going with Adam Eaton and Mike Spadali. Matt Nikeel. Don Esposito. Tracy Mobley. Ray Ferris, Leo Brady, and I. We're going to go with Carlos Sanchez. Here's Abreu, the DH tonight. Takes first pitch strike. That was a good pitch to hit. And he missed it. 2 down. So here's Melky at 271, 8 homers and 61 knocked in.
Porcello originally drafted in the first round in 2008. He dropped to the 27th pick because it looked like it was going to take a great deal of money to sign him. Detroit took a chance taking him down that low. He's supposed to be a top 5 pick, and they did sign him. And he went 14-9 his first year. The very next year in 2009.
One and two the count. That'll be a souvenir left side.
When Porcello was at Detroit, he had a great sinker, and it really was his best pitch. Threw a lot of ground balls. Since coming over to Boston, however, that sinker really hasn't sunk all that much, and this has been a very tough year for him with an ERA up close to 6.
Just off the outside corner. So 2 and 2. It's full with Avi on deck. This is the 7th and final meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 6 games, we have won 4 of them.
That was a good straight change. Melky fighting it off. This is going to be the 10th pitch of the at-bat.
And that's right at him in left field. So that's another hang Wolfham for Melky. Meanwhile, after 1, no score. Travis Shaw will lead off their half, the top half of the 2nd inning. There's ball 1. Two and 1 to count. Two. Off the end of the bat, hit softly. Little double clutch right there. Had to brush it.
We'll take another look at it. You got under this throw. Takes Adam off the bag. And I think Adam wants to take a look at it. I think he thought he came down on the bag before Shaw got there.
So they're going to review it. And while they do, we'll finish up the schedule for you. There's the Cubs taking on the Giants in San Francisco. St. Louis at Arizona. Texas leading Toronto 2-0. That's after 1 down in Arlington. That will tell you everything on who's playing. He's out.
It certainly looked like he was down on the bag before Shaw got there. Shaw does not have overwhelming speed. He indeed was out. In this angle, you can see the foot gets down. Adam goes up. He does catch the baseball, and then on the bag before Shaw gets there.
There's Castillo. Had a big game 1 of the series, driving in 5 runs. They won it 5-4. Hitting at .305, 5 homers, 25 driven in. Takes a strike and the count 1-1.
During his 9-game hitting streak, hitting .429. They signed him for a great deal of money, $72.5 million, and thought he could pretty much do everything. But so far this year, he's just starting now to heat it up.
Full count. He gone. 2 down. Second strikeout for Chris.
The K zone. Very happy with this one. It's in the zone, but because it's upstairs, Castillo can't get to it.
So here's Blake Swihart, the catcher, hitting at .273 with a homer and 22 knocked in.
He's a switch hitter who actually swings better from the left side than he does from the right.
That's into center field, and that's a can of corn. So 1, 2, 3 inning. After an inning and a half, no score.
Debit card only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/White Sox to learn more. Wintrust Community Bank, member FDIC. So it'll be Garcia, LaRoche, and Ramirez in the top of the second inning. Avi hitting .269, 11 home runs, 47 driven in. It was a 1-2-3 first for Rick Porcello. Outfield shading him toward right center. Infield playing pretty much straight up. He looks at a fastball for a strike. Porcello has a good over-the-top curveball. His fastball will top out about 93. He pitches comfortably at 90-91, however. And the appeal to first base, and Ben May says yes, he did. So Avi down 0-2. Threw a high fastball by him. So it's the first strikeout for Rick Porcello. After 2 sinkers, he went to the 4-seam fastball at 93 up in the zone. Brings up Adam LaRoche. Adam hitting .213 with 12 home runs, 42 driven in. The Red Sox, one of the few teams that don't overshift on it. And Porcello misses away. That evens the count at 1-1. The Red Sox come in at 57-69. They're in last place behind Toronto in the AL East. That one called a strike, so it's 1-2, and there is the East with the Yankees a game and a half in back of Toronto, Baltimore, and Tampa Bay 1 game under, 8 games back, and both of them with wild card aspirations. Our Sox come in at 59-65. Winners of 5 of their last 10. Kansas City running away with it in the Central. And the count holds at 2-2. Breaking ball misses up high, and the count goes full. So our Sox come in 5 games back in the wild card, trailing Tampa Bay. Sky to center field, an easy play for Mookie Betts as he comes trotting in, and they're 2 outs. Join us for Selfie Sunday on August 30th at 10:15. First 500 fans to purchase this special ticket offer can join us on the outfield warning track to take selfies with select players. Visit WhiteSox.com/Selfie Sunday for tickets and more information. Lexi Ramirez hitting at even .240. Looks at a sinker for a strike. He's got 8 home runs, 48 driven in. Good play by Porcello. He'll take his time and throw to first. So a 1-2-3 second. 6 up, 6 down. We'll head to the top of the third, and there is no score. I'm here with Michael Benevente, the Special Olympics Chicago administrator. And Michael, tell us a little bit about what you do with the Special Olympics.
My team, we plan the citywide events for Special Olympics Chicago.
Which is certainly a wonderful thing to do. The Special Olympics, always something that's close to every fan's heart, certainly. And tell us a little bit about what's coming up this year for it.
Coming up soon, we have our softball downstate in Decatur. We'll be sending probably 15 teams down, and we go year-round. That's most important. It's not just spring games, track and field that everybody knows, but we have an event generally twice a month.
And you're involved with the White Sox and their support of the Special Olympics, and what exactly do they do with you and for you?
Well, year-round, they're there for us. For spring games, they send us an honorary coach, usually an ex-player or a current player. They're very generous with, of course, monetary donations. They supply the uniforms for our spring games. And today we had 40 athletes on the field for a clinic, so it was great.
That's terrific. And certainly it's a wonderful endeavor, and I know that the young athletes certainly have a great time while they're doing it. And as far as the White Sox are concerned, any White Sox fans among the 40?
Absolutely, all of them. From neighboring parks near here, so of course, Southsiders.
Well, that's great. So during the winter time, obviously you're not going to be able to have the events you have in the summertime. What kind of events do you have then?
Well, we're here to recruit you for the Polar Plunge.
Oh, that's
Didn't
terrific.
know if you know I'm teasing
you.
you.
No, I'll be right there. As long as you have that Polar Plunge in Scottsdale, Arizona, I'll be plunging there. Yes.
Yeah, no, it's great. Like I said, floor hockey is coming up in the fall, and our basketball starts in January. We call it March Madness in January. So downhill skiing coming up in the winter. So we go year-round, like I said.
Well, Michael, you have your son here. It's great. It's good to make fans. He's wearing a White Sox jersey with this kind of nice, and it's great to have you at the ballpark. It's a wonderful event, and keep it going.
Thanks for having us.
Raise a great deal of money. I know the White Sox have helped you do that.
Absolutely.
And seeing the young athletes on the field for the game is something that's wonderful.
It's great. Thank you.
Thank you. Terrific play by Alexi. Unfortunately, it's not scooped by Adam LaRoche, who usually does a pretty good job of that. Doesn't get it this time. That fastball over the outside corner. Mookie Betts, who lined hard to Saladino in the first inning. Young man's doing a pretty good job of it. Lifetime shortstop, playing center field. Outfield shaded around toward right center, and that one right back up the middle for a base hit. So the third hit for the Red Sox, and Mookie Betts, who's hit the ball hard twice, puts runners at first and second. Only one out. That'll bring up Brock Holt. Holt hit a ball back up the middle in the first inning. A spectacular play by Alexi. He was able to get the throw off. The Red Sox challenged the call. The call was that he was out at first. They challenged it, and it held up.
And here's Brock Holt. Well, actually made a terrific play to get him.
Back up the middle, and Alexi with a 360 spin gets it there just in time.
Outfield, slightly to the left. There you go. 2 down.
Chris took a look and realized there was no other play, and he made the play at first base. So he comes in, takes his time, takes a look at second, and realizes you got to get the easy out.
So here's a guy who has had good success against Chris. Xander Bogaerts, he is 5 for 9 against him. He singled sharply in the left field on a changeup. That one at 96.
Ideally, Chris can get him out of the strike zone. You got first base open. You have Hanley Ramirez, who struck out looking to end the first inning. He's in the on-deck circle. Second and third and 2 outs. The Red Sox have played at least 1 run 29% of the time. That's right above league average. And Sox pitchers right at league average at 26%. They've yielded at least 1 run.
Two on, 2 out. And the 1-2 pitch. So the young man who speaks 4 different languages. Good check on that 97-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs.
Chris has tried to heat him upstairs a couple of different times, and Bogaerts was not expanding his zone.
Well, he's got a pretty good idea of the zone, especially for a 22-year-old. That is off the facade, back down into the lower bowl.
As you can see, Chris trying to keep everything up. That pitch just out of the zone, but Bogaerts, realizing it was too close to take, fouled it off.
Well, against us, he is, from the waist down, he has been very, very tough. Oh, wow. Just off the corner. Good try. That was a good take by Bogaerts.
Well, Bill Miller realized that this one just a touch inside. Normally, a young hitter is going to be swinging at this. He didn't, and as you can see, it is inside off the plate as Chris reaches back, gets 98, but misses.
So here's Ramirez, the DH. Caught looking on a slider in the first inning. Sacks packed with Carmine as he got it. For him, a good pitch to hit and was underneath. This guy over 200 home runs in his career.
Pretty good speed on the base paths.
Oh, 0-2 the count. And that one. Off the plate. He gone. Yeah. And that'll retire the side. 4 strikeouts now for Chris.
More important is strikeout number 226, which ties his all-time highs. He throws it by Hanley Ramirez. This is also the 5th highest total in White Sox history. 226 total strikeouts. We're only in the 3rd inning. He's got a long way to go. Our Mazda replay.
First pitch to Carlos Sanchez. Taken for a strike. One pitch. Bradley.
There was a changeup to Sanchez, and Porcello tonight has a pretty good sinker. Better than we saw certainly last time in Boston. And pretty much better than he's had most of this season.
Certainly looks a little more crisp than he did in Boston.
Yeah, they signed him to a very expensive long-term deal in excess of $80 million for 5 years.
Fowler can't get it. Fowler 223, 8 homers, 32 driven in. Between Tyler and Gio, our catchers have 16 homers and 52 RBIs. Two and one. Porcello definitely one of those guys. When you walk in that box, you got to say, make him get it up.
This year the control has been good, only coming in 27 walks and now 117 innings. But he's given up a lot of hits, 138 of them in those 117 innings, and there you look at the major league mark. It's still pretty good for a very young pitcher.
2 out.
That time he stayed down and changed the eye level with a 4-seam fastball, the same pattern that he struck out Garcia leading off the second.
Rockhold throws him out. That is 9 up, 9 down for Porcello. Castillo and Swihart in the top of the 4th. Travis grounded to third. Big breaker.
Outfield straightaway, not overly deep for Shaw. Showed some good power in the minor leagues. Hasn't showed a whole lot of it, although he does have 6 home runs.
He's got good power. That's going to take VP. It doesn't take you long to realize that. He gone. 5 strikeouts now for Chris. And a new career season high for him.
227 on his way, perhaps 300 as he throws a fastball inside, well off the plate. But Shaw expands that zone and goes down in the K zone. Awfully happy.
And Castillo with a base hit back through the middle. There's Blake Swihart. Went out softly to center field.
He was a #1 pick. That was in 2011, the 26th overall. It was a compensation pick out of New Mexico.
A little tardy on that one. That was 94.
You don't find many switch hitting catchers. When you find one and he's a good one, you hang on to him for a while. They think Swihart's going to be a good one. Ideally, Swihart would have spent this year in the minor leagues developing his talents, but Christian Vasquez lost for the season. He was the guy they looked at as their number one.
They got him picked off. So, 2 down.
I think Castillo just ran out of gas, and that's not the recommended execution of a rundown, but it was effective.
Only because they caught the ball.
that was it. Way too many throws because they pick him off easily. So that's 1. There's 2.
What you do in spring training when you practice these things, which they do practice it a lot, if you get somebody out there that's been dogging it a little bit or you don't particularly care for it, you just run them. Keep throwing the ball back and forth, making them run.
Well, that was 1-3, 6-3, 4.
Swihart with the 1-2.
Apparently that one got a piece of it.
Yep. So here's Bradley.
That was a slider inside, caught the right foot, and he's aboard.
So here's Bradley. Slider misses. Two and 0 the count. Bradley was just called up when we were in Boston. Not hitting a whole bunch at all. Boy, he is. Done some since then. Through 6 innings, Verlander has got a no-hitter going against the Angels. Three and 1. Yes, he did.
Well, there's a fastball up and out of the zone, and it appeared that Bradley could not check his swing. Way too far around.
And there is ball 4.
Sox fans, Saturday, September 12th is halfway to St. Patrick's Day, presented by Miller Lite. First 20,000 fans ages 21 and over will receive a White Sox Irish flat cap. Stay after the game for a fireworks show. Miller Lite, the original light pilsner and official beer of your Chicago White Sox. Purchase tickets today by visiting whitesox.com/SPD. So with Don Cooper out there now, Bill Miller is going to break it up.
Two on, two out. That pickoff of Castillo now, up to this point, looming large. So here's Josh Rutledge, had an infield single. Two and 0 with Mookie Betts on deck. This is the man you want right here.
Yeah, just as soon not get to Betts because he's been up twice and hit the ball hard twice.
Get over there, or he'll go to second. And they get him, and they'll retire the side. So he pitches out of it to go to the bottom of the fourth, still no score. Rick Porcello has retired everybody he has seen through 3. So we go back to the top of the order. Here's Adam. He went out to Castillo in right field. And he takes first pitch strike.
Bradley is playing very shallow in left field over toward the line. If you do allow him to pull the ball, there's a huge gap in right center.
Breaking ball high. And the count 3-1. Don't help him out.
Going to extend that hitting streak to 8 games.
Full count. And that is into the mezzanine. He knew it.
Yeah, that time Adam just didn't guess right, and he got one, a sinker that had the whole zone.
Here's Abreu. He grounded it out to Bogarts at short.
Last 11, Jose has been awfully good, hitting just under 350 with 3 home runs. He's driven in 10.
0-2 the count. Outfield shading him around to the right. Porcello trying to bury that two-seamer in on his hands. Doing a pretty good job of it. Curveball, no.
Bounced off his leg. Porcello throws a pretty good sinker.
High pop up. Two out.
White Sox fans use the Force to jump to light speed for Star Wars Day on Sunday, September 13th, presented by Kohl's. Come dressed in your best Star Wars attire and march in a pregame parade. The first 1,200 fans will receive an Adam Wan Kenobi bobblehead. For specially priced tickets, visit whitesox.com/Star Wars.
Melky lined out to left field. Another hang with him. Back on July 29th, Porcello, 2+ innings against us. Gave him 6 runs, 9 hits.
Just coming back off the disabled list, looked like his arm is rejuvenated.
There's a shank. Not playable.
That fan most unhappy with himself as he reached out. Looked like he had to play. He's telling her that he lost it in the lights. Not my fault. I lost it in the lights.
That ball hit hard. Get up, stay up. So you can cancel the post-game show. That is double number 28.
That's a curveball that Melky tracked all the way. It's not a good breaking ball, just kind of rolled up there, and Melky one-hopped it out of the park.
There's Javi. Ivy struck out. And he chops that one foul. That ball hit hard into right center field, but Castillo was there. Makes the catch. And that'll retire the side. Nothing across. We pick up our first hit, and we're into the fifth. No score. Leadoff man Mookie Betts here in the top of the fifth inning. Takes a changeup for a strike. He is lined hard to third, and he is singled sharply to center. Slider, no. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for them. No runs, 1 hit. No errors for us. Another change, another strike.
Hasn't thrown him a fastball yet. It was change, slider, change. And he's had 1 and 2.
Two pitch. Mookie has 11 home runs and 59 driven in. One of their 22-year-old youngsters. High into short right field. Ivy.
Join the White Sox Kids Club presented by University of Chicago Medicine Comer Children's Hospital. We're teaming up for kids' health. Join the Kids Club with an All-Star or Slugger membership. So to receive free White Sox tickets and get an exclusive Kids Club item, visit whitesox.com/Kids Club to join the club today.
And here is Brock Holt, one of their all-purpose players. Takes first pitch strike. He's 0 for 2. Alexi made a beautiful play to get him, and then he bounced back. to Chris. Tyler can't get there. Brock Holt is a tough little customer.
He's certainly terrific to manage because you can play him just about everywhere. He gives you a pretty good effort. And when you consider he's facing one of the toughest left-handers around and he hasn't fanned yet,
well,
he gives you pretty good at bats.
He doesn't give. That slider. Verlander still no hitting the Angels through their 7 innings. One thing that some big leaguers, they find out at early age, others find it out later. When you're facing, in this case, a left-handed, he's left-handed hitter facing a very tough left-handed pitcher, there's no sense in giving. Got him. He didn't like it, but meanwhile, 6 strikeouts, 2 down. Because if he throws it inside, you're going to get hit anyway.
Well, this time he threw a slider, and Bill Miller thought it was good enough. Holt thought it was inside. It was pretty close. Went Chris's way.
You can see right there, he's not giving 1 inch up there. There's Bogarts. He has lined a single in the left, and he walked. And he popped up. Adam. So that's a nice 1-2-3 inning. We're halfway home. Still no score.
By Jeff Vukovich, your local nationwide insurance agent serving the area for 37 years. To join the nation, visit jeffvuk.com because Nationwide is on your side.
There's a fair ball by Shaw. Now, here's a throw. Safe. Adam picks up this 20th two-bagger. More importantly, leading the inning off.
That was a whole lot closer than Adam thought it was going to be as this ball drifts back over the plate. It's an off-speed pitch. He takes it down the line by Shaw, and then it kicks out of the corner. Castillo's got a terrific arm. And when this kicks straight across to him, it becomes a very close play at second, but he's able to get the foot in ahead of the tag as called by Doug Eddings.
Come on, Alexi, you got to do something to get him over. Take strike one. That evens the count. 1-1.
Normally a pitcher in this situation, knowing that the hitter is at least thinking about getting the ball to the right side, he'd be trying to jam him with a fastball in.
Situational pitching. And that's not going to work. But now it is. Adam. Good base running by LaRoche.
Not a real good play by Holt. And Porcello did throw the ball inside. Alexi pulled it to Holt. What he's got to do, because he's got plenty of time, is at least fake it to second base or take a step towards second. Adam was coming off the bag, and as soon as Holt looked and threw to first base, he came over.
Well, the whole key was there was he did have plenty of time. He didn't even look.
Nope, he didn't look at all. And LaRoche, if he looks at him or fakes him back to the bag, Adam is going to have to go back to second. But by doing it this way, he gave up 90 feet.
So here's Sanchez. Infield in. Carlos went out to left field. Checks it up.
Runner at third and one out. Sox have delivered at least one run 61% of the time. That's below league average. Sox pitchers have given up a run 58% of the time. That's well below league average.
Come on, Carlos. Yeah, cinch it up, hunker down, buddy. 1-2 the count.
A couple of things come into play here, and one of them is 9 wild pitches this year from Porcello. So if he does try to use that curveball down and in, which is the spot they've been going against Sanchez, Adam has got to be ready to go.
Two and two. And he's going to beat him to the bag. So that'll be a base hit. And Porcello, a spectator.
That's a real bad thought process by Rick Porcello. And it cost him a base hit, cost him runners at the corners, and might eventually cost him a run. I don't know what he's backing up to do, but it certainly wasn't to get in the play.
Now it's up to Tyler. Tyler struck out his first trip. Come on, Tyler. Don't turn the head of the bat over, buddy. Off the outside corner. Now he's got the catbird seat. Now, he's the one that's in trouble, not you. A little pop up in the right field. That's not going to get anything done. It's up and out. So 2 down.
There's a high inside fastball. He broke Tyler's bat. Certainly not going to run against Castillo.
So here's Saladino. He grounded out to his counterpart, Brock Holt. Oh, and 1 to count. Ate him up. And they get him. Good play. Good play by Rutledge. A scoreless game. 0-4-0 for them, 0-3-0 for us. Here is Hanley Ramirez, 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. Takes ball 1.
Chris is at the 90 pitch mark.
Change up.
Had a little trouble in the 3rd inning. Gave him a couple of hits and a walk, but got out of it, striking out Ramirez.
Free hopper.
The Ultimate Experience broadcast auction is up and running, and you can start bidding right now. You can see how you can bid. And right now, owner for the game is right up there at $1,500. You can have dinner with Hawk and I by putting on a board. That's $1,100, and that runs through Sunday.
Travis Shaw, 0 for 2. Grounder to third and a strikeout. Yeah, we had a good time last year with the Schramm family. David, Gwen, Jared, and Drew from Iowa. Nice people and big Sox fans. One out and a 1-2 pitch. That slider. And a meet. 2 down. That'll bring up Castillo, who's 1 for 2. A strikeout and a single. A bouncing single back through the middle. Takes a strike.
One of the reasons why they're working out Ramirez at first base is, despite the 5 runs batted in by Castillo in the first game.
That is high. Melky. He just missed it. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, top of the order for us.
$97999 right now for your chance to win 6 meals from the Simple 6 menu from Subway. Message and data rates may apply. Subway, eat fresh.
Adam Eaton, Jose Abreu, Melky Cabrera. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning. No score. Checks it up, takes ball one.
Third time through, you'd have to figure this would be the inning. The last couple of innings, they started to hit the ball well. Number one dad. Nice cap.
Adam has gone out to right, and he has struck out, called out on a fastball.
Pretty impressive numbers so far for Rick Porcello.
Strikeout number 4.
Bring your family to the ballpark for Family Sundays, presented by University of Chicago Medicine Comer Children's Hospital. Tickets start as low as $5 and parking is just $10. White Sox and Comer Children's Hospital teaming up for kids' health. Visit whitesox.com/Sundays or call 866-SOX-GAME.
That curveball low and away. Jose is grounded to short, and he's popped up to first. And he is singled to left. Hard.
This time he gets a sinker. It's down and off the plate. Jose crushes it.
And Verlander has that no-hitter through 8 against the Angels. And tomorrow night we've got the Mariners, so make your plans to be with us. Milky is lined hard to left, and he is doubled hard to right. Picked up his 28th two-bagger.
We're not going to see Felix Hernandez, who won his 15th this afternoon.
And there's a base hit in the left field, so 2 men aboard. Tomorrow we're going to get Roenis Elias, and they're going to get Carlos Rodon. Friday, Johnny Danks against Taiwan Walker. Taiwan, a big 6'4" right-hander for them. He's got big arm. Saturday, Samardzija's got Masashi Iwakuma. And then Sunday, Quintana for us, and to be announced for them. Here's Avi. He's 0 for 2. Last time lined up in the right center field. That line drive caught by Castillo. Now 2 on. Two out, 2 on. And here comes Adam. He's going out to center. He is doubled hard down the first base line. That pitch nicely. 1-0. Takes the strike. And that game tomorrow night, got a nice surprise for you. That ball gets away. So now, Ducks on the pond. But that surprise for you tomorrow, the throwback uniforms from the late 70s. And there they are. Look at that. Who's that?
Well, that's a right-hander in 1977. And you can see how I pack them in.
No, they were just out of camera range.
They were 463 feet out to center field in those days.
I thought you said 463 fans.
Oh, no. There were 468 fans, but 463 feet.
2 out to 2-1. Chops that one foul, so an even. 2 on, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Huge gap in right center. And that's in the center. Mookie Betts can of corn. So we threaten, we cannot score, and we're into the 7th. Top of the 7th inning, Blake Swihart, switch hitting catcher. And he got him. Beautiful recovery right there by Saladino.
Tyler was able to stay right with it, realizing that it was a catcher going down the line. Hits off the glove, able to recover and pour it across and get it there just a half a step in front of Swihart. Big play in a 0-0 game.
He has made, for a guy who's a shortstop, he has made some unreal plays at third base. That's a tough transition, go from shortstop to third. That game is so much faster at third base.
And the fact that you have so many different types of plays. You don't have to worry about the double play at second, but you have to worry about charging a bunt. You have to have great first step quickness.
And you better have a quick release with a short arm rather than taking a big windup to throw. Full count. Jackie Bradley, who struck out and walked. He gone. 7 strikeouts now.
Got him on a straight change, and this straight change over the inside part of the plate. You're not expecting 85 when you know you get a pitcher who's got 95 to 98 in his back pocket.
And Verlander has lost his no-hitter in the 9th inning. Ball hit right down the line. Here's Rutledge. Count evens at 1.
Nate Jones loosening in the pen.
That pitch just a little bit low.
Pitch number 112 on the way.
And a full count. Back to the middle and into center field. So that's his second hit. 5th for Boston. Totals on the board identical. No runs, 5 hits, no errors. Here's a man who looks like he's seeing the ball against Chris better than anybody. Mookie Betts.
First 25,000 people who attend a Chicago White Sox game receive a game card courtesy of Jewel Osco with a coupon for $10 off a purchase of $100 or more. Jewel Osco, keeping it fresh, keeping it local. Purchase tickets today by visiting whitesox.com or calling 866-SOX-GAME. Blackhawk fan club.
There's a strike on the outside corner. Tried to redo and missed. Outside edge of the outside corner, and the count 1-2. He just did get a piece of that one. That base hit, that double by Chris Iannetta, hit the chalk line down the left field line off of Verlander. Once again, the 1-2 pitch. Got that one in on the fist.
Just reaching back for everything he's got left in the tank as he approaches pitch number 118. Try to throw that one inside and by him. That's just able to get a piece.
That slider, and that's a can of corn for Adam. 7th inning stretch, still scoreless.
That probably is going to be it for Chris Sale, who threw 7 shutout innings, giving up just 5 singles. Set his all-time high in strikeouts for one season. And what a job he did.
229. He goes.
Pretty strong. Pretty strong year, pretty strong performance tonight.
Here's Alexei. First pitch strike. He has bounced back to Porcello and also grounded out to Brock Holt at third base.
Red Sox bullpen up and going as Porcello just coming off the DL.
That's into left field. Bradley back, 1 out.
Heather was playing pretty shallow. Took a quick run back and realized it wasn't even going to make it to the track, and he made the catch.
Here's Sanchez. Carlos, 1 for 2.
Robbie Ross Jr. and Alexi Ogando both throwing in the pen. We've seen both in this series.
1-1 to count. Shaw taking himself. Here's Tyler. Tyler 0 for 2. Takes ball 1. Curveball. Verlander, that one hit shutout over the Angels, now 2-6 with a 3.45 ERA. Bogarts. And that'll retire the side. That didn't take long. We're to the 8th, still scoreless.
One another to a standstill. 7 innings, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks for Sale. Porcello, 7 innings, 5 hits, no walks and 5 strikeouts. It's been an errorless game. Honda, great summer deals are happening at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, now at your Honda dealer. So Nate Jones comes in the game at 1-0. He doesn't have an earned run average. He's on for the 7th time. He's only given up 1 hit in 6 of the 3rd innings. And he's got to face the middle of the order.
Brock Holt will start it off. Go in and out of our dugout. Pitch at 98.
It's a Kentucky Heat, Brock. You can't catch it. Shoot it.
That's over their dugout.
Kentucky Fried, Brock.
Popped up. Sanchez. Holt now 0 for 4.
Get Sox Social. Stay connected to your White Sox and favorite players all season long by visiting whitesox.com/connect today.
The shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. A single, a walk, and a pop up to first. That one in 97. 1-98. 1-1 to count. Slider misses.
Chris Sale with 7 strikeouts. He's fanned at least 6 in his last 21 straight starts, and that is the longest active streak in the major leagues.
You get the ball from the waist down on Bogarts. He's dangerous. Now 2 for 3. Just 22 years old. He is going to be a good one for a long time.
He throws that one right down the middle at 97, but it is just above knee high, and he rifles it into right center.
So here's Hanley Ramirez, 0 for 3. And like Bogarts, you want to keep the ball up on him. That one at 98. Couple of 98s, count 1-1. Pretty good lead by Bogarts, who is 7 for 8 in stolen bases. Red Sox have 54. 69 attempts. It's not too bad. But a very disappointing year for them, as it has been for us, as it has been for Seattle, as it has been for San Diego. All 4 of those teams preseason, by some pundits, were picked to win their division. There's a strike. 2-2. And that one's out of play at 97.
Ramirez was fortunate to be able to stay alive going after that one. Outfield very deep all the way around, and a no double set.
He gone. 2 down.
90-mile-an-hour slider. That ball well off the plate. And Ramirez, for the 3rd time, is a strikeout victim.
Here's Travis Shaw. He's grounded to 3rd, struck out, and popped up to center. foul. It won't. And it is 2-0 Boston. 7th home run for Travis Shaw.
That was a fastball right in a left-hand hitter's sweet spot, low and in. He hit it way back. The only question is, would it hook foul? And the answer by Ben May, it did not. Our fourth drive of the game. Well, he unloads on this one. And it stayed well fair.
So here's Castillo. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, trailing 2-0.
And click on the WGN Sports Game Zone banner for the latest stats and information. Sox Game Zone is powered by Robert Morris University, Illinois, offering over 55 athletic teams, more than any other university in the state. For more information on RMU, visit robertmorris.edu. And Robbie Ross comes on to relieve. He's 0-1 with an ERA of 3.91.
Start us off right here, Tyler.
There you look at the numbers. On for the 40th time. He's been asked to save a couple of games. He's been unsuccessful as this Red Sox team does not have a bona fide closer.
1-1 to count to Tyler, who is 0 for 2. He's grounded to third and he's grounded to second. Got him. 1 out. Terrific job by Rick Porcello.
We're coming off the DL and going 7 strong. No runs on 5 hits with nary a walk and 5 strikeouts.
He got his sinker back. That sinker had all kinds of movement. Curveball was not very good. That sinker was real good. And an occasional 4-seam fastball.
And he threw it up by design instead of by happenstance.
When you get a good sinker baller like Porcello, and he knows how to pitch up, you got a problem. You got a big problem. Now you got to try to cover 4 quadrants, not just up and down or in and out. You got all 4 of them. As Holt gets eaten, 2 down.
Gene Machi, who we saw in the first game, and came very close to blowing a 3-run save. He gave up 2 of them, but eventually got Sanchez to fly out to end the game. Tazawa is probably the guy they'll look to close tonight.
Abreu fouls that one out of play.
Ross has a pretty good cutter to try to neutralize the right-hand hitters. His pitching coach with the Rangers when he was there, Mike Maddox, thought a whole lot of his ability to get the right-handers out.
Ate him up. Bogarts, that did not take long for Ross Jr.
This one right back up the middle, and Alexi Ramirez makes just an outstanding play. This was second hitter of the game. And then Tyler Saladino to his left stays right with it and able to make the play at first base. So the defense tonight has been very good. Speed Replay is brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. And Zach Putnam comes in the game to try to keep that deficit at 2.
Well, since Saladino has come up, left side of our defense in the infield has been just about as good as it gets.
He's made a huge difference because he's caught everything, and when he catches it, his arm is strong enough to throw just about anybody out. So for a lifetime shortstop making the transition, you couldn't have asked for anything better.
Swihart, 1-2. He is 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch slider, foot, just glancing off by Chris Sale. Seattle tomorrow, first of 4 against the Mariners. And a full count. Two 7-0 for them, 0-5-0 for us. Got ahead of him and walks him. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr., who's 0 for 2 with a base on balls.
It's going to be a wild pitch as that splitter in the dirt. Now they're going to have to get a new set of signs with Swihart at second base.
Bradley Jr. Out of the University of South Carolina. Takes first pitch strike. Check that, 1-1 to count. He had 368 in the 2010 national champion South Carolina team. Just looks the third. Got a little help from the mound right there. Meanwhile, 1 out.
Looks he had an idea, just didn't have an angle on the throw as Swihart, with the ball hit behind him, had no idea the high hop off the mound it would take, but still made it into third.
Now the infield in. And here is Josh Rutledge. An infield single and a little soft single. He's 2 for 3. A couple of Kansas City specials.
You wouldn't think Lavulo would try it, but Rutledge can bunt. Looked like he was thinking about it.
He was. Safe to squeeze. You can do that with the infield in. A lot of good managers. That doesn't bother them one bit.
Now, if he lays it down, especially up the right side, he's going to score the run.
Javier's there, and it's a 3-0 ball game.
Second sacrifice fly of the year for Rutledge, who got the job done with a pulled-in infield. He was looking for something to hit in the air, and he got it.
So the wild pitch hurts, and here comes Mookie Betts. Was a good at bat by Swihart as well. He's down in the count. Wiggle to walk. 1 ball, 1 strike. For us, it'll be Cabrera, Garcia, LaRoche, Ramirez, Sanchez in the bottom. And hopefully a couple more. One and 2 the count. Here you go. We got some work to do. We trail it 3-0.
Mobile and connected devices. You get real-time highlights, live look-ins, pitch tracking widget, and more. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. And Junichi Tozawa comes in the game. He's only got a couple of saves this year. He's not really a closer. He's a setup man. He's just 2 for 8 in save situations. That gives you a little hope, as Sox need at least 3, preferably 4, to win the series against the Red Sox. So Tozawa now the closer, because Uehara is out for the season. He had 25 saves and was rolling along, but broke his wrist.
So here's Melky to start it off. Melky, 2 for 3. And has hit it hard all night long. The only out he made was the first time up. He had a line shot right to Bradley in left field.
Melky runs out of the way of that one.
He was yelling "Ow" before he got there.
Even if you're thinking about taking one for the club, it's probably not going to be at 93. There's Melky.
On the shin. It's not going to be.
Melky sprints away from that.
Without exception, almost every Japanese pitcher, there's a hesitation, a distinct hesitation in their windup.
It's always amazing to me as you take a guy who is very successful in the 7th or 8th inning and you put him in the 9th inning, and it's a mystery to him.
Well, that's the way it's been, and probably will always be. Remember the great Hall of Fame jockey Eddie Arcaro told me that you can go and Small racetracks around the country, and you can see these claimer horses that breaking track records. All you got to do is stick one thoroughbred in there, and they back it up.
That one had a part of the plate.
Yeah, it did. Full count.
There's
a broken bat. Kansas City special. And Tazawa, a spectator.
Well, that's the second time today that a Red Sox pitcher didn't get to the bag. That would have been a terrific play. But Tazawa was standing at the mound, as Porcello did earlier. They'll get the leadoff man aboard as the bat shatters. Good play by Rutledge, who was able to back up Shaw. And they just might have had Melky. But with nobody there and the closest guy to the plate, Ben May, the umpire, they didn't get him.
Avi. And a reminder, tomorrow night, look at this. This is what's going to be the uniform for our guys. The collared, throwback, late 70s jerseys. To another count.
Red Sox bullpen up and going as Tazawa, who's just 2 for 8 in save situations, looks like he's struggling again.
Avi with the mighty hack.
Craig Breslow loosening up.
He of the hard on Sox hitters, Breslow's.
He doesn't have a save this year.
Has he attempted one?
Nope, I don't think.
Made a good pitch on him. Can't get it. 1 out.
It's 2 hitters and 2 shattered bats as Tazawa had got well inside on Avi. Lexi would love to get to the plate representing the tying run. He's 4 for 11 with 3 doubles lifetime against Tazawa.
Checks it up.
We got a break there. That one had the whole plate. And as you can see, all the ball.
High and deep in the center field, but they got a man there. He just missed it. Alexei. There he goes. They aren't holding him on. So the count 1-1. Pick him up, Alexa. Let's don't get shut out. Let's give him a finish. And this ball game is over. So the rubber match is taken by Boston. Porcello was just too much, and we'll be back.